Cincinnati Bengals, that's the team we're gonna cheer.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
One, ready? Here we go, here we go. 180. Right up. Back.
Burrow on play action. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
2nd and 6.
Here we go. 180. Back.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You talk about this Titan defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
11. 180. 11, Thomas.
Burrow looking to pass. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And what I saw, almost a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's Pollard again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here comes third down and 7. To throw, here's Ward. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Stopped by Jacorian Bennett. You talk about this Bengals defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset.
Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Got a man, it's Brown. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down.
11 Thomas.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Cut.
That was short one to Gesicki. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
First and 10.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On the draw is Pollard. And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule.
And he lost the football. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Wow, the ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 7.
Cowboy. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. Touchdown, Titans. Cade Otton, 49 yards. And the Titans are an extra point away from drawing level. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Wide 80.
Burrow will throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That's good for a Bengals.
Here we go. 11 MT. 11 MT. Wide 80.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1.
I'm 1, ready?
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Let's get set. 11,
Now
20.
Burrow changing the look. From the gun, a give to Brown. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. Cody Barton there to bring him down. The Bengals at 11-2 now. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard. And they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Guys, man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
12. Stop.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had to read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Mike Gesicki with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to a self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
Double it.
a dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Fix the Eagle! Fix the Eagle!
To throw is Ward. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Bell. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Right 80. Right up. 11.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
11 MT, take.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now it's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
But you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings. But at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
On for the field goal. A 63-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Come on. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well. Well, they had that one sniffed out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Ward. He'll try and do this himself. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Bengals grab it. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
Will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
11 empty. Right 80. 12, 12, 12. Stop.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Gun. Shot. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Shot.
Here's Burrow. Throw that side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Shot. 180. Shot. 11. Shot.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 180. Playing shot. Shot.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And running with power here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. That's complete to DK. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Powering his way forward. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're down on the scoreboard, sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's like fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half, too many turnovers. Tighten things up, maybe get in their face a little bit, get in their grill, and then send them back out.
Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. He was out there waving his arms. I mean, you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help. I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
It's 4th down.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. Takes it to about the 37.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Gun. Cut.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Here we go. Cut. 12. Cut.
Looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
11,
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
11 empty. Cut.
They go play action with Burrow. On the right side open is Gesicki. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go. Cut.
And here's a give to Spears. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Here's Ward. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Pollard will take it up the gut. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
60 bites.
Throwing now, Ward. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Ward. That is incomplete.
There's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun here, Ward. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll run for it with Pollard. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. The 4th down run successful. Now they'll look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw, here's Ward. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
18 Rattler.
Now Ward. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong?
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Chigga, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. What?
This is Brown going up the middle. Fighting through, he's got space. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
And the Bengals 1st down.
Gun.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
What is that?
Burrow on play action. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
11, 12.
Now a give, left side, Brown with it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
180, stop.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
On one, ready? Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Titans' 31-yard line.
11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Burrow will throw. He finds his man, complete. That's 4th. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Running right, here's Brown. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
They're pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Here we go. 11 Thomas. Stop.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Hey, can.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
That takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Here we go. Stop. 180. Stop.
Brown. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
1-1, ready? 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Stop.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. The Titans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now a first carry here for the running back. Shoving the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
60 Vikings, 18 Randall, 18 Randall.
To throw is Ward. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 70 Lions, Mustang 19.
Ward now working out of the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Back to throw. Moore. That one's taken in by Spears. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line.
79 Broncos.
They'll throw again. Ward. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Throwing is Ward. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And it's a Titans touchdown. Tyjae Spears taking it in. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Piniero's extra point up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
Big 13. Big 13.
And he will have the Bengals first down, and it's celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
10 at the 47-yard line.
On 2, ready? Here we go. 11, cut in.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talked so much about